Well, thank you, and again, thank you for having me. I missed the first part of the morning because I was on the service. I am working today. Anyway, what is the role of a funeral director? For us, it basically really starts with a phone call or a family might walk in. And when we sit down, when we do the arrangement with the family, we never know what to expect. Sometimes we're dealing with one person, sometimes it's a whole family. It can be even up to 12 people or even more. It all depends. We don't know what kind of emotion will be in the room. How did the person pass away? In case of a homicide, of course, this is very emotional. There can be extreme sadness, anger, conflicts between family members. So it definitely can be a very challenging arrangement, what's ahead of a funeral director. There is almost like a business side to it, and that's just the way it is, because there's things we need to know. What is the person's name who passed away? What is their birthday? Where were they born? Who was their father? Who is their mother? All these questions. That all has to do with basically doing the registration and getting that person registered that they have passed away with vital statistics. Then we need to know, like, is the person single? Is the person married? Are there kids? Those questions really have to do because if the person worked, basically if you work 3 years full-time here in BC, you might collect a death benefit that could be up to $2,500. If there was a spouse, that particular person could also receive now a survivor benefit. If there were kids, if the kids are younger than 25 years old and are still going to school, they also might receive a benefit. So these are all like business kind of questions that we need to ask, but in the end it's also helping, you know, with the case. Then there is also the emotional side to it, like what is it that the family wants to do for their loved one? So the service. Sometimes families know exactly what to do, and sometimes families have absolutely no clue. Sometimes we simply need to give people more time. Nothing needs to be decided right in that room at that moment in time. So if that is the case, then that is the case. We might meet for a second or third time. You might need to give the family a lot of information and possibilities. And again, sometimes families really know what they want to do for their loved one. What is of course really important as well is to find out, is there a will? What were his or her wishes? If there wasn't a will, then we have to honor the law. And that is basically, is there a spouse? Is there a parent? If there's a child? So we have to go by the steps that the law writes out for us. That can also create a lot of conflict sometimes in that arrangement room, trust me. Sometimes not, but sometimes it gets really emotional in following what we have to, the law. So when we basically come to the service, it's really, as funeral directors, we really try to do what we can to honor what they want to do for their loved one. And that can be very simple, and that can be very complicated. But we will work with families to make that work and keep, you know, make it an, if I can say it like that, an important goodbye for them. So that's really our role. I mean, there's so much more, of course, behind the scenes when, you know, somebody, of course, dies by homicide, as you have heard, when the coroner is involved. That is something that can hold things up. It's our role to really explain this to families. Yes, we honor religion and we honor special cultures, but sometimes, you know, we just have to honor, again, what a coroner will do if there is a hold-up. So communication is something that is really, really important. And again, if you have any other questions, concerns, let us know, or let me know personally. We will help with paperwork, what is necessary for families. In the end, the family is responsible, no matter what. You have to apply for the death benefits, maybe the survivor benefits, and maybe a child benefit. We help with the paperwork, but again, if the family does not apply, you will not get it. In our funeral home, we have the luck to have a wonderful lady by the name of Marlon, who does aftercare for us. So she will follow up with families, and that's not only for homicide, that is basically for any family we serve. So we're very grateful to have her. And I've been part of the homicide group a little bit, but mostly I'm part as well as with the suicide group that I do with Marlon and Becky. And I'm very, very honored to be part of that. I love my job. I know that sounds for a lot of people weird, but I get so much out of it. And there's nothing else in it for me than helping families and get their thank you at the end. So that's it. So thank you.